Hi, Gunners all around the world. It's your man, Simply Ike, on another episode of the Arsenal Alchemy. I know, I'm smiling, but it's not been looking good. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's not been looking good. Quite frankly, it's been disastrous for us, and yeah, the Champions League games were held yesterday and today. Some shocking results yesterday as well. Talking about the Real Madrid AC Milan game. Real Madrid lost 1-3 to AC Milan. And also another shocking result was the Manchester City versus Sporting Lisbon. And Manchester City lost 4 goals to 1. I can't remember when last I saw Manchester City conceding 4 goals. I've never seen that before. But today, our beloved Arsenal played Inter Milan at the San Siro Stadium in Italy, and we fell to a 1-0 defeat, another narrow defeat, which brings me to our topic today, which is, are we bad or is it bad luck? Are we bad or is it bad luck? If you ask me, I think it's both. We've been really bad. We've had some really bad luck, like today's game. The penalty, look, I'm going to be the first to tell you, it was a penalty. It was harsh, and there was absolutely nothing Mikel Merino could do. His hands were in a natural position, but, the officiating in Europe during Champions Leagues and UEFA, Europa Cup and Conference League, the officiating is kind of different from what we watch in the English Premier League. While I agree it's a penalty, a lot of referees wouldn't give it. A lot of referees will consider the proximity from where the ball was played to where it struck his hands. It was kind of very close, and it was not. And to me, it still wasn't an unnatural position. But they were given, and they scored that goal at the tail end of the first half. They scored the penalty at the tail end of the first half, and we have the whole of the second half to try to peg back a result, get a result, at least, put a very good performance out there. But that didn't happen, despite the fact that Inter Milan rested 5 of their starters. We didn't see Marco Thuram, we didn't see Barella, and we didn't see DeMarco. These are their dangerous players, but they rested these players, and they still look good. They look good. They scored the first goal. They scored the goal. They scored from the penalty spot, and they were happy to give us the ball. And they sat back and they put in a masterclass of a defensive display. We had no chance. Arsenal had no chance. We had 14 corner kicks. Did you hear that? We had 14 corner kicks. We are a side known to be very good with set pieces. We're very good in set plays, And they were just happy to let us play the corners, and they were stifling all the attacks we were bringing to them with ease. They were doing all this with ease. We were very placid. We were horrendous. You know, now at this point, we can't be, these are the same players we had last season. These are the same players we had last season that lost winning the league by just 2 points. So what happened? Yeah, I get the fact that Odegaard is injured. Saka was injured at a point, but Saka's been back. The last 2 games, Saka has been shit. He's been terrible the last 2 games. So what other excuse do we have? We have to point at the coach, Mikel Arteta. We have to point fingers at him and demand answers for why this team is so bad now. The defensive midfield and the defense, to me, in my opinion, are still good. Where we have a problem is at the final third of the attack. We are not scoring goals. We are not scoring goals. We didn't score a goal against Newcastle. And that game, we didn't even create no chances. Apart from the Declan Rice late header, which he didn't connect well, there was nothing else. There was nothing else. Our rival fans are, just bantering the hell out of us. They are laughing the hell out of us. They are mocking us. We are a laughing stock now. You would think after the Newcastle game that we were, quite frankly, were really bad in that game. You would think that with this game that came 3 days after, we're going to approach this game with anger. We're going to approach this game with fire in our belly. We're going to approach this game purposefully. Mikel Arteta, another area I blame him is playing Leandro Trossard in that 10 role. So if you've been following me on Facebook, you will know that I have always been very critical of Leandro Trossard to start. When he starts, he's a disaster. People says he's very technical. I don't think he's very technical like that. He is not very technical like that. Yes, he's been playing the 10 role, but he has been so bad in it. For the coach to play him there, you would assume he's been training there with the team. You would assume, okay, the coach is going to tell him 1 or 2 things. He's going to teach him 1 or 2 things. The guy disappears in games recently. He doesn't do nothing. Nothing defensively, nothing attack-wise. In fact, most of the times when we give him the ball, I get scared that he might lose the ball. Since he's been playing in the Odegaard role, he hasn't scored a goal. And don't forget, he lost a penalty against Shakhtar Prague. He lost a penalty. Now, Arteta is making these things look really difficult for him. You have an obvious talent. You have an untapped raw talent. A hungry talent in Ethan Nwaneri. This boy wants to play. He wants to prove himself. Why is it Mikel Arteta cannot give him a chance? What else? He cannot be as bad as we've been already. He cannot be as bad as we've been already. How bad can we be? Just give him a chance. Give him a chance to play. Then Mikel Merino, I liked him for Spain. You know, I watched him at the last Euro tournament, and he played for Spain. And yes, they won the tournament. I liked him there. But him coming to Arsenal, he's like a different player. He is not like the same player. He's been, to put it lightly, he's been woeful. I know the penalty, the handball, he was helpless. I'm not putting that's no way I'm blaming him. But he hasn't been controlling the midfield. He plays the eighth position. He hasn't stamped his authority in that team. He's been giving chances, he's been starting games, but we don't see nothing. I was expecting Jorginho to play this game. I was expecting Jorginho to have started, or at least come at some point in the second half as a sub. Have we forgotten about Jorginho? Jorginho was decent for us last season. Why are we not playing Jorginho? And it's high time we start looking at Raheem Sterling. I know he has not been an adequate replacement. But if Saka is struggling, Saka struggled throughout this game. If Saka is struggling, why don't you bring in Raheem Sterling? Raheem Sterling has the experience. He's been there, done that over the years. I know he's not the same player as he used to be, but you have to bring in your fast players. You have to bring in your fast players. He's still got some legs. He can still run. Why are we not playing Raheem Sterling? The last very good game Raheem Sterling played, I know it was in the Carabao Cup, but he played from the left wing. Then Martinelli was injured, so he played from the left wing. And he was brilliant. I know the opponent is not the same. The opponent we face today is not the same. But like I said, he has experience, a whole lot of experience. This is a player we should be giving some minutes. Gabriel Jesus is not it. He came in at the second half. He replaced Mikel Merino. Kai Havertz dropped back to the midfield while he did not even shoot even once. He did not have a shot. I'm not even talking of a shot off target. He did not even have I'm not talking about a shot on target. He did not even have any shot at all. No decisive passing, no dribbling. He couldn't beat anybody. Sometimes he dribbles himself. I mean, what's going on? What's going on? Yes, it was a harsh penalty, but it was a penalty. Should Odegaard have come in earlier? Perhaps, because we don't know how fit he is. He started training yesterday. I didn't like the fact he came in. Because to do what? In 5 minutes. He came in at the 91st minute. What are you bringing him on by that time for? I feel the team, our season is unraveling already. It's looking like it's going to get worse. Because this particular game was a game, it was supposed to be a statement game. It was supposed to be a bounce back kind of game. We didn't do that. Are we bad? Or is it just bad luck? We've been really bad. And when you've been bad like that, definitely bad luck is going to set in. Because we are not doing things we used to do, it's almost looking like we're scared. It's almost looking like the manager, oh, he plays Trossard. He plays Trossard to save his face. We know that in that position, Trossard is not close to the level we need him to be. We know that in that position, Trossard is toothless. Most of Trossard's goals are in the box. People have been blaming Martinelli. I'm not blaming him. Martinelli put in about 3 or 4 good crosses in. There was no one to connect. And it didn't help that the Inter Milan defenders are tall and big. They were ready for any ball coming from the flanks. And they dealt with it expertly. We shouldn't say Inter was bad. We played the same formation. We played the same game at Tottenham. And we got a win in that game. And everybody was like, oh, that's a defensive masterclass. The reverse is the case now. It's been done to us. Yeah, anyway, the good thing is it's still early. We're still in a good place in the Champions League. I think we're 9th now, which is still not bad. We have 3 more games at the group phase to play. Hopefully, we can win these 3 games and make it to the top 8. It's possible. We can make it. And we can rally behind the team. This is our team. It's not even an option to support another team. This is a team we love so much. Even when they're in crisis, we have to be with them. You know, when it's good, we're always with them. When they're bad, we have to still support them. We have to still be behind our team. We have to push them. The good thing is we have till Sunday to play Chelsea, which is the last game before the next international break. If we can win that game and go into the international break with a win, I think coming back, it's going to be all right because our fixtures this time are against the lesser placed teams, you know. So we're just going to keep hoping we do better. We're going to keep hoping we give a better performance against Chelsea. And the good thing is I'll be here after the game to analyze the game, to talk about the game, and hopefully we ended up with a win. I will call it a day now. You know, it's been like a double whammy of disappointments, even for me, for the presidential election in America and Arsenal losing left, right, and center. It's been too much to handle, but I think we will soon start to laugh. We will soon start to smile. Until next time, I remain your host, Simply Ike, and join me on the next edition of the Arsenal Alchemy. Goodbye.